Hey, what's up YouTube land? Today I have a twin bill for you. I have Generation Swerve and Generation Skrapnel. So, we're taking a look at Swerve's packaging first. There's a nice picture of IDW Swerve there. A modern update to G1 Swerve. You got Swerve and Flanker. Yes, he's an Autobot. And a bio, if you care to read it. And his tech specs, which hilariously, Flanker outranks Swerve in everything. Although some of Flanker's tech specs were taken, well, they were all taken from the G1. But some of them changed, like teamwork and cooperation in G1 changed to rank and fire blast here. So, and there's your obligatory product shots. Next up we have Skrapnel, who carries a lot of nostalgia value for me personally. There's a nice picture of IDW Skrapnel mixed with some of the G1 stylings, like that see-through clear chest plate there. But I'll talk about that in a bit. Skrapnel and Reflector, Decepticon. Technically he's an Insecticon, but they didn't have their own logo. Obligatory product shots. Your tech specs. And your bio. The pause button is your best friend, but it's not my best friend. So we're going to take a look at Swerve. I just said that. Swerve first. And he's a pickup truck of unknown make and model. Very nice. Very akin to G1 Swerve. You can see blacked out windshield. I assume there's nobody driving him, because if there were, they couldn't see the road. Nice silver paint on the vents there. Nice bumper. No rear license plate, so I assume he gets pulled over a lot. 5mm peg hole on his roof. And the underside, visible head syndrome, it's right there. So are his arms, so are his thighs, and his feet are right there. So I'll transform this guy in a second, but first we come to his Micromaster partner, Flanker, who is an homage to G1 Sky High. But more particularly, he's apparently accurately designed to the original package art for Sky High, who was a Micromaster in the Airstrike Patrol. Play mode, kind of nice. He kind of has the same thing Starscream has with the reverse faction symbols. And he's kind of got a little droopy dog tongue, which is just a 5mm peg. On the bottom, it's a whole robot. Although there is some nice molding detail on the wings, painted in white. And to transform him, it takes 2 seconds. Fold the wings back, fold that down, and there's your robot mode. And robot mode, it's alright. Its articulation is his arms move 360. Nice design on the head. I don't know how well you can see that. Nice red paint. Little red spot right there. And he does have a third mode, which I will do right here. So you pop this out and put it in front of his head and fold down the peg, and there's your gun mode, which is a triple-barreled machine gun, I guess. It is very nice, but it kind of feels like just a folded up plane. I don't know. I don't know how much more they could have done to this. Of course, it has that peg there, so it's you can plug it into Swerve. It is nice that it is red to match Swerve. Plug it in his roof, so you can have a battle mode. And even funnier than that, you can fold it back up to have a road trip mode. They're going off-roading, which is kind of appropriate for Swerve, being he gets so bored at everything, even interchanging lanes bores him. So this off-roading kind of fits. Or even so, you can keep him in plane mode and have him like that, or twist him around, have him like so, which is neat for storage if you're one who keeps them in vehicle mode. Now, to transform him is very entry level. You can just look at him and know how to transform him, which I kind of like, but I'm more akin to the complex transformers. So you fold out the legs, separate them, come here, fold out the arms, rotate them down on the ball joint, or on the stem, never mind, and then flip back his hood, which is on a double joint. And there you have Generation Swerve in his robot mode. And it's a very nice recreation of this comic book character. Apparently, from what I've heard, there's a huge fandom for. So, yeah. Face, very nice. It would be generic if it weren't so perfectly Swerve. Bit of missing paint on the side of his face, though. From one thing I've heard about these guys is sometimes the painting isn't all there. What I mean by that is sometimes they haven't gotten more than one coat of paint, so it kind of, the base plastic color kind of washes through a bit, which isn't too bad. I mean, I've heard it's on the face, but I don't see it. Do you? Chest. Not a lot there. Some nice vents. It's got nice silver hips though. And of course, just basic feet. No heel spurs. Decent robot mode. It makes me excited for Gears. I don't know if I've said that already, because they're coming out with a blue repaint of this, which looks pretty nice. Articulation, shoulder is on this joint and then on a ball joint, so you can get full range of motion. Elbow on a ball joint. No wrist, no waist, but he does have that kind of motion. Hips, ball joint, knee joint, nice range of motion, and that's pretty much, well, his head's on a joint actually, so it can move a bit. Look, it can look up, can't look to the side. Yeah, that's about it for Swerve. Now you can take the weapon, or just call him Flanker, change him back into gun mode, and he can hold it. Surprise, surprise. Who would really be surprised by that? Looks a bit oversized in his hand, but I guess that's the charm of it. It's supposed to be oversized. It's supposed to be really powerful. Oh yeah, and I forgot to show him with his buddy Cosmos. So show them, just for a final piece on Swerve, I'll just show them together, because they are wave mates. So fold up the hood, fold down this section, because there are, get the arm out of the way, there's a slot right there where the arms peg in, which is a surprise to me. It's kind of nice. And just peg the arms, and then fold back the feet. click. There we go. That's about a 10-second transformation right there. Very G1. And here he is with his buddy, Cosmos, his wave mate. So you can see how they look together. It's kind of hard comparing. Wow, I can't believe I screwed that word up. A UFO and a truck. Right? You can kind of approximate something like this. And next on to Skrapnel, who's an homage and an update to G1 Shrapnel, who, as I said, has some nostalgia value for me, because I have one memory of being a kid and playing with like a bug, robotic bug with chromed horns and a clear orange plastic chest that opened up. It's just a vague memory, but a memory nonetheless. So I saw this guy and I felt the need to pick him up today. And bug mode is very nice. It's a stag beetle. Very nice update to that character we know and love, maybe. I like that he now has bug legs instead of the treads that the G1 version had. Makes it that much more believable that it's not a robot. On the top you get some nice yellow paint, again akin to G1, with a nice Decepticon logo there, and a 5mm peg hole. Speak about that in a second. The arms underneath there, and some things are more obvious. The back of his head's right there. Articulation in bug mode is very limited. His pinchers can go about that far. They're on a soft G10 ratchet, so they lock in here. Well, they're not technically on a ratchet, but it kind of feels like they lock here and here, but you can move it there. Bug legs don't move very much. And that's about it for bug mode. And bringing back to that 5mm peg, we have Reflector, who's the first official Generations toy of Reflector that we've gotten. It's alright. Here it is in his camera mode. So you can see a nice lens there. A lot of nice molded in detail on the top of the camera. So it looks like a camera with arms and a peg. So flipping it over, actually you don't need to, because flipping it over is transforming it. Watch this. There's his robot mode. And look, it's nice. It definitely looks like a viewfinder, who, if you don't know, G1 Perceptor could split himself into 3 different parts that all 3 formed a camera. And this guy is more akin to viewfinder, the middle part, but still nice purple paint. As you can see, this is where kind of the paint has issues with people, that purple is not painted enough, so the gray kind of melts through. But overall it's a nice little Minicon. Nice green there. And technically you can't really plug him in camera mode, but I did find a little twist or thing. If you pull down his arms, which is his only point of articulation, by the way, and you can actually pseudo clip him in there like so, and have Reflector in his camera mode hugging Skrapnel, who I just really want to call Shrapnel, but nonetheless. So you can have that, or if you flip up this peg, you can have him in the quite possibly stupidest weapon position ever. I'm not sure what I'm saying there. So it literally looks like, you know what this looks like? This looks like a pig or a person on, like, tied up on how do I say this? The thing that the thing people are carried on into hospitals, that little soft thing where they stick the body on when it's still alive, or tribal, like that ritual where they carry them to their death, I guess. But he just looks like a robot lying on his back on a bug. I'm getting more. There is a third mode. So you do what you do. I mean, is flip down the lens, and the rest of it is on a spring. As you can see, it just springs forward, and you fold out the hands. And this is supposed to represent G1 Shrapnel's grenade launcher. I'll show you right there. It's supposed to represent that gun. It does it all right. I mean, of course, there's a huge camera trunk right here. But overall, this isn't my favorite mode for a reflector. I'm not gonna have him in gun mode. But here is reflector, and we will finally get on to Skrapnel's transformation. Shall we? Let's. First, you're gonna fold out the legs. Fold them out like so, and fold the crotch back in. So, looks like this. And then take the arms, they just peg into the back. Unpeg, right there, fold out on the ball joint at the top, and there's one arm. Take the other arm, do the same thing, and then fold these bug legs back, fold the torso, fold the bug legs out like that, fold the torso like so, and there you're most of the way done. Now split the legs, fold this part back to the side like so, goes all the way to there, and do the other one here, and then fold these the feet down. And here we go with Skrapnel in his robot mode, and it's very nice. Again, very much like the G1 version, so much in fact that he's actually the same size as the G1 toy. Not a lot new. You get some molded in hands, the little feet, a little bit of detail in there, very nice, and the head, which is classic Skrapnel, with the silver visor and the mouth. Character-wise, this guy is a psychopath. Just putting it out there. He likes torturing people with electricity. He's a psychopath. And technically, sometimes the leader of the Insecticons. Oh well. Articulation-wise, his head can move, but is very limited due to the bug legs. Or not the bug legs. God, what am I saying? The horns. His stag beetle horns. Hip shoulders are on ball joints. You can get a bit of backwards motion too, so you can do something like that. Torso doesn't maybe it does. yeah, pegs in. So elbow on a ball joint, nice range of motion. Nothing at the wrist, nothing at the hips. Although you can pull them down. And hips on a ball joint, nice range of motion. Knees on a ball joint. And the crotch is not pegged in very securely, so it's very easy to pop out. Knee on a ball joint, as I said, nice range of motion, and your foot folds in and out due to transformation. And one last thing, you can use, of course, reflector in his gun mode, and just put him in his hand. So there you have Generations Legends class Swerve and Skrapnel, and this is That Weird Collector saying goodbye and see you next time.